I didn't want to forget about this. I was at work tonight and we were closing up for the night. So basically, as you know, we get ready to go, because I work at church. We try to tell people, okay, finish doing what you got to do and close up the bathroom and do all the stuff that we need to do. So this lady walks up to me, Caucasian lady, blonde hair, nice looking lady, with a friend. And she says to me, you know, asking about the church and all kind of stuff about the history and things of that nature. And then she starts telling me about her life, things that she's going through. And she was saying how like she's supposed to be, dead by May. And she was, telling me the hospital she was in, giving me specifics about, the particular things that was going on in her life. And she was basically battling cancer. I won't say the hospital she was in and give all the details. I think the lady gave me her name. I don't remember if she gave me her name, but she did give me details and let me know about the situation. So it wasn't a bogus situation she was telling me about, with her battling cancer and her particular, diagnosis. She was saying basically one of the reasons she's still alive is because she had some experimental trials or treatment that she was going through. But she came in there to pray. She was looking around, and she was saying how she was supposed to be dead by May. So that got me to thinking. I really didn't know what to say because a lot of times we complain about things, we go through stuff, and we wonder, about frivolous things, relationships, money, how we look, the materialistic, all these particular things that happen that, in the microcosm, mean nothing. In the grander scheme of things, mean nothing. As far as, what type of person we are, what do we do with our time? So I asked you, what if you were told that you were supposed to be dead by May of this year and you had a cancer diagnosis, but you're still around? What would you do with the days? How much would it mean to you? I mean, literally, I was on a train thinking about it. I mean, I had tears in my eyes. I had to wipe away and whatnot, because it's a real thing to be thinking about. Wow, what if I was told that I only had a certain amount of time to live and I was still alive, or I was fighting and clinging for life, and each day, was possibly my last. How would I feel? What would I do? And I ask you, what would you do? How would you feel? How would you conduct yourself? What type of human being would you be? Would you waste it? Would you wither away? Would you stand up? Would you do the things that you would have done if each day was your last, or each day could have been your last? Would life be more important to you? And these are just thoughts that were running through my head, after the fact, because it was such a powerful exchange. And I told the lady, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're still around, and hopefully I see you again. Keep fighting, keep striving to live. And it got me to thinking about how much we as people take for granted. I mean, we take so much for granted that it really, begs the question, what is life? What is this existence, truly about? I mean, and of course these, questions have been answered, but the reality is, who are we, in each particular day? Are we taking advantage to the fullest? Are we like this lady who basically was saying, in no uncertain terms, that she was supposed to be dead. She's, living on borrowed time, or she's still around, still grateful. I mean, tears in her eyes as well, or just walking around happy to have life, you know. What if each day actually meant something to you? What if each moment actually meant something to you? What if it wasn't a thing where we complained, where we were ungrateful, where we kind of took things for granted? You know, what if we really held on to the things that were important as far as the type of person that we were, that we are, that we should be? And really, like I said, it got to me. And I just wanted to share this with you before the time was up, before the day had passed, because this was an impactful thing. And I don't think my words do it enough justice, because it was really an impactful situation that had me thinking. And I'm a deep thinker. I don't really get into it too much because sometimes people may not want to hear and see and get into all these type of things. Maybe I need music or, a grand background or something like that. But this isn't about me. This is really about, what if you knew when you were going to die, or knew that you didn't have long to live? What would you do with your life? What would it be? Would it matter? Would it be something that you just let slip? And so many times it's like we do let it slip. So many times we do take it for granted. So many times we do look up and, years are gone. Life is wasted. Opportunities are squandered. So many times we just don't pay attention. And what I'm talking about is a real thing, you know. But I don't want to take too much of your time. Hopefully this was helpful for those that just needed something to hear, to think, to ponder, to understand. Just when you think your life isn't as important, isn't as significant, or where you're not where you would like to be, just remember there are people who were told that they weren't supposed to be alive now, who are making the most of borrowed time, making the most of a situation that was dire straits for them, where, maybe they're on chemotherapy, or maybe, they had to use experimental drugs, maybe they have to do things that they never thought that they would need to do in order to survive and stay alive. And what do you do with that time when it's given to you, when you know for sure that you're supposed to be off this earth and deceased? I don't know. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in that situation. But I know it's something that I'm supposed to pay attention to. And hopefully you pay attention to what I'm saying, and or you hear or resonates with you. If it doesn't, that's cool too. This message will reach out to who it's supposed to reach out to. You know. Thank you for listening. Take care.